Well, hello, my name is Taylor, and today I'm doing a little eyeshadow frankening video. This is a fun way to kind of create new things with your eyeshadows that you currently have. I will be frankening a highlighter with 4 different eyeshadows. The highlighter is from a Tarte Clay Play palette. One of the eyeshadows, the first one I'm working with, this is by ColourPop in a little quad that they sold, and I believe it is called Paper Crane, though I'm not entirely sure. You can see in the swatches, this is the first one swatch. I like the shadow. It's nice, it's shiny, but every time I put it on my eye, I feel like I'm expecting more. And the thing with this highlighter is it's quite glittery actually for a highlight, and I don't love wearing it on my cheeks, so I've gotten some use out of it that way. So I'm kind of thinking that mixing this highlighter in with this shadow will kind of give it a little extra something, or at least I'm hoping it will. Just give it a little extra something to make it a little bit more interesting on the eye. So after you kind of scrape and then mix the shades together, I'm just going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to press the shadow. I didn't really make a lot of this one just because I do like the ColourPop shade, so I didn't want to like use a lot of it, and I really just wanted to test this combination out to see if I could make it work. So the second shadow that I'm frankening with the highlighter is a depotted shade from my Carly Bible original BH Cosmetics collaboration palette. I did a little video where I showed how to depot a cardboard palette, and that's the one I used. This is just the kind of light pink shimmery shade. It's nice, it's pretty, it's really smooth, but I just want to kind of combine it with a highlight to see if I can get a little bit more something out of it and like use it as like an inner corner highlight, maybe as like a little bit of a topper over another shadow. I was just kind of curious to see what the two would look like combined. And it's just the same story here with just getting a little bit of pigment from both shades, putting in some rubbing alcohol, mixing it together, and then pressing it. I also didn't make a lot of this shade just because I was also just kind of curious because I didn't quite know what the result would be. So yeah, just experimenting. The third shade I frankened with the highlighter is kind of this really pretty coppery shade from the Carly Bible palette as well. I I also really like this shade, although it's one that I like to use for kind of like a one shadow look where you put it on the lid and blend it into the crease, and I kind of was wanting it to be a little bit more sparkly is kind of the goal, and since the highlighter has some like sparkle in it, I figured that's the result I would get. Um, I will be kind of putting all of these shadows into my Pan Those Eyeshadows project as kind of like bonus shades, like use up my Franken shades that I've made. I think that video will be up before this one, so yeah. And it's the same story where I'm mixing the two pigments together and then using the alcohol and then repressing them. And I did make a little bit more of this one because I figured I'd be using it for more than just like an inner corner shade. And the final shadow that I am frankening is the darkest bronzy shimmer from the Carly Bible BH palette. And I also really enjoy this one for like a one shadow look, though I think this one is a little bit on the dark side for that. Like, I can make it work. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. So my kind of thinking was I'll mix it in with a highlighter and then it'll be a little bit lighter. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, it's a really nice shade and it's going to be, you know, the same story. Get both colors in there, rubbing alcohol, mix them together. Yep. So these are the kind of original shades, and then check out for my Pan Those Eyeshadows video where I will swatch all of these and also be kind of trying to use these up, and I can maybe give a little bit of an update about how this went. But yeah, frankening eyeshadows is pretty fun, and I like that you can kind of create new things out of what you already have. Thank you so much for watching.